All right, welcome back to my channel. I am Paola Rosser, and if you're listening to the podcast, welcome back to Journey of a Fearless Female. I am a spiritual mentor and life coach, and it has taken me a couple of days to record this. I even procrastinated and cleaned out my entire pantry and reorganized it. I've just been putting this to the side, but I know I need to sit with you guys and talk. And I've been thinking about, well, what will my topic be? What should I talk about? And I really wanted to talk about your relationship with yourself, because the relationship with yourself is the most important relationship you will ever nurture. My mom used to tell me, Paola, you are born alone and you're going to die alone. And honestly, for a long time, I thought that was very harsh, and I just didn't understand. But now I truly understand what she meant, because we are truly alone all the time in our mind. The only person that is in our mind and in our thoughts is us. And sometimes our own thoughts can be our cruelest critic and our worst enemy. And I read a lot about how our mind works and how our brain works. And our brain is pretty much like a sponge. And the more you tell it something, the more that it will wire that message in and lock it in, where that would be the program that runs you. So if you think about it, um, if someone was to tell you, you are blue, guess what? You are blue every single day for a consecutive 7 to 10, 15 days. Eventually, you're going to start thinking, hey, I'm blue. And either you're going to start wearing blue or you're going to feel blue, but the concept would be hardwired into your brain. So let's roll it back to either childhood or teenagehood or your adulthood. If you ever experienced someone telling you something negative, either you're fat or you're not good enough or you're stupid, or even if it's not abusive like that or berating like that, maybe you were at school and your teacher told you you're not good at math, or you will never be a good singer, or you will never be a writer, or writing isn't for you. When you hear that negative message, your brain will tend to repeat it over and over to the point where it becomes um, a solidified message in your brain, and it has now wired that message in. And so therefore it runs your program for the rest of your life. You believe that that's your reality, that's your truth. I'm never going to be good at math, I'm never going to sing, I'm not good enough, I'm not worthy, I'm not lovable. I mean, the list goes on and on. As a spiritual mentor and life coach, I have heard so many negative sentences said to oneself. I am not good enough. I am unlovable. I am not worthy. I'm not smart. I'm not funny. I'm not skinny. I'm too fat. I am ugly. I'm too short. I mean, the list is long. And just when I think I've heard all the negative things I could possibly hear, either through myself or with my clients, I tend to hear more and more. Now, the good thing is that you can completely reprogram your brain. Just like you can tell your brain every single day, I am blue, I am blue, I am blue, and eventually you'd believe it. You can also tell it something that you want to really be. And self-talk is so important. I just finished the book, What You Say to Yourself Matters. And he really like drills it into us while reading the book, how important self-talk is. And so like going back to when you were either in childhood or teenagehood or adulthood, and you're around the people that are negative, toxic, and they are telling you, especially if you come from an abusive relationship, either with your parents or with the people that raised you, or with a boyfriend or ex-girlfriend or teachers. If you came from someone, if someone was around you that told you negative things, and you've wired that message into your brain, and now you are running that program, and you're not living the life that you've always wanted to live, and you're ready to change that program, it is very, very easy to reprogram your brain. And granted, at first, it's going to feel really awkward. It's going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to feel like you're lying to yourself. It's going to feel foreign. But you really, truly can change your thoughts and change that negative record and turn it into a positive record. And it's so important. I talk about this a lot in a lot of my videos and a lot of my podcasts, is how important it is to change that program and to truly fall in love with yourself, because the relationship with yourself is so important. If we do not love ourselves, and if we continue to run the negative program, we will continue to self-sabotage and to hurt ourselves and to never allow our full highest self to appear. We will allow our ego to run the program, which is edging God out. I love that Wayne Dyer says that. Ego stands for edging God out. And so therefore, we are just running on this like negative program. And not only are we hurting ourselves, but we are hurting those around us, because we are not in love with who we are. And who we are has spirit in us, our soul. Our soul comes from God. And so when we don't love ourselves, we're essentially not loving God, because we are His creation. We are the creation, and we are blessed to be here. I love that Michael Singer says, separate who you are from who you really are. Separate your unconscious self from your highest self. Separate your ego from your spiritual self. And when you do that, and you can see yourself as this beautiful spiritual self, this highest self, you can see all the beauty that is within you, all the magic, all the gifts, all the blessings that you have been given. But when you're stuck in the ego, when you're stuck in the unconscious, all you're doing is comparing, all you're doing is blaming, all you're doing is shaming yourself. You're living in the guilt of all the things you could have done because you've never moved on to your highest self. You've never uncovered your gifts. You have never shown up in the real you. It's really a daily battle to reprogram your brain, but you can do it. You really can. The use of mantras, the use of affirmations. I love that Louise Hay teaches mirror work, meaning you stand in front of the mirror and you tell yourself, I love you, you're amazing, you are great, you are spectacular. I even teach my clients to use the alphabet. So we go through the alphabet, and just, if you can't think of words, just go through the alphabet. A is for amazing, B is for beautiful, C is for confident, D is for delightful, E is for energetic. And you just stand in front of the mirror and you say these things. You say them, you could move your body, you could like just bring them in. I teach my clients also to meditate, to sit and listen to guided meditations. I highly recommend that. Dancing and listening to good music and getting your body to move and to let go of the negative energies. I truly believe that when you spend time loving yourself and having these, and loving yourself can mean many things to many different people. Loving yourself can be like getting your favorite meal and maybe a glass of wine and watching Netflix, or maybe loving yourself could be going for a run and listening to your favorite playlist. Maybe loving yourself could be a spa day and getting your nails done, getting a facial and getting your manicure. Maybe loving yourself is just having alone time in your meditative space that you've created in your home. Maybe loving yourself is spending time with your garden or your nieces and nephews or your children or your grandchildren. But really stop and think, like, how should I love myself? And I tell my clients all the time, ask yourself, what makes me happy. Man, and there's so many people that don't know what makes them happy. There are so many people that can't even answer that question. So then I always flip the script on them. Okay, let's not do that. Let's think about what makes my soul sing. And if they still can't answer that question of what brings them joy, what brings them passion, I ask them to close their eyes, and I will ask you to do that now, to close your eyes and think of the last time you felt joy in your life. The last time you felt loved in your life. The last time you laughed so hard your belly hurt. The last time you felt completely whole. The last time you felt safe. The last time you were proud of yourself. And when you can get yourself to that place, when you can go there spiritually, and that's the beauty of our thoughts. That's the beauty of like our five senses, is that a smell can take you back to a certain place. A song can bring you back to a certain place. I know there are songs that come on the radio that remind me of junior high and high school. There is the taste of certain foods that can take you to a place of remembrance. Visually, you can remember something by just looking at like a picture or a color or a tree. There are so many great things about our five senses that can get you to a place of love and joy and peace and harmony. And when you can get there, then you can think about, okay, what does make my soul sing? What does bring passion into my life? What makes me happy? And then sometimes people still can't figure that out. And that's okay, because we've been so bombarded with what other people's ideals of happiness is. We've been marketed what we should feel happy with. And so sometimes I tell my clients, okay, then let's experiment. Let's go back to when we were a child. What made us happy? Oh, I love to dance. Okay, let's go dancing. Take a dance class. Or I love to paint. Okay, let's paint. Go to, Michael's and pick up some whiteboards and some pencils and papers or whatever it is that you want, or paint, draw. You want to learn to play the piano. You want to learn to play the guitar. Try things out. I love knowing that when we were children, we didn't have the options, but now as adults, we can truly like self-soothe and go and do the things that we want to do, whether it's hiking, fishing, golfing, playing basketball, whatever really sparks our little creative mind. And that's what I want. I want you to spark that creativeness inside of you, to bring that childlike wonder out, and to unlock what truly makes your soul sing. And then when you can do that and start doing the things that make you happy, and start acknowledging that you too are special and that you too deserve love and attention, and you too deserve the time to really explore that, because we are alone for the rest of our lives. Like in our mind, we are alone. So why not create this environment in our mind that is of love versus negativity, versus belittling, versus just all these negative thoughts of like, we could sit there and criticize ourselves all day, but why not create the environment where we are our own cheerleader and we're high-fiving ourselves and we're saying, hey, you're doing a good job, or wow, look what you accomplished, or look at that beautiful painting, and sit back in awe and know that your hands did that. If you can do that and fall in love with yourself, I can guarantee it will open up so many other doors and facets. Because here is the key. I talk about this because I also teach my clients how to manifest. Here's the key to manifesting. And this is something that I didn't learn. It took me years to figure out when I first learned how to manifest after reading the book, The Secret, is that we will manifest and draw things faster to us when we are in the right state. A state meaning we are in the right vibration and energy frequency. So just think of yourself as like a radio, And if you change the channel and you're watching scary movies, and scary things are going to happen in your life. But if you're on the channel of like a funny sitcom and you're laughing at like Friends or The Office, and you're in this state of pure joy, then pure joy and funny things and like amazing things that you want to happen in your life are going to be attracted to you. Things are going to come up in your life where you're like, wow, that makes me really happy, or that brings me so much joy, or that like fills my heart. Like, that's how we work as human beings. So I really, connect with this, like, you are a magnet, and like attracts like. And whatever it is that you're trying to draw into your life, whether it is love, abundance, wealth, relationships, you can attract that by falling in love with yourself. Why is it so important to fall in love with yourself? Because if you fall in love with self and you have this amazing relationship with self, then you realize that you are worthy of all the joys that this world, this life can give. But if you are not in love with yourself, you will push away the joy, the love, the abundance, the wealth. And you may receive some of it, but most of the time you will self-sabotage. And you will either push it away, you will spend it, you will mismanage, whatever it is, because you feel internally unworthy. You will feel undeserving. And so that's why it is key. It is a key factor to have the best relationship with oneself, so that everything else in your life will work. And I know this because for a long time, I didn't have a good relationship with myself. And so I continued to play the old record, and I continued to play the victim card, and I continued to use the victim mentality to blame my frustrations in life. And so that didn't get me anywhere. So I really tell my clients that in those times of feeling, sad and depressed, become aware of your thoughts. Become aware of your self-talk and the language that is coming out of your mouth. Is it negative? Is it hurtful? Is it hateful to oneself? Try to write down and see the things that you're saying to yourself. Almost visualize them. Is it darkness coming out of your mouth, or is it light? Would you say this to your child? Would you say this to your husband, to the person that you love, your partner? Are the things that you're saying to yourself and about yourself, are they helping, or are they damaging? And you can turn any negative statement into a positive statement. You could be gentle with yourself. You can give yourself grace. You can forgive yourself for what you didn't know. And now you know. When you know better, you do better. Maya Angelou, I love that quote. So take care of yourself. Love yourself. Stop expecting other people to love you the way you are meant to be loved. You can't expect others to love you unconditionally, wholeheartedly, if you can't unconditionally, wholeheartedly love yourself. Really take the time. We're ending the year here. The holidays are going to be frantic and crazy. And we spend a lot of time getting the perfect gift for others. We spend a lot of time, thinking about how we can make others happy, how we can bring some sort of light and joy into their life. And don't get me wrong, that is an amazing thing to do for others. But you should also do it for yourself. Don't put yourself at the bottom of the Christmas list. Put yourself at the top. Know that your relationship with yourself is the most important relationship of all. It is not egotistical. It is not selfish. It is very, very healthy. Love yourself internally. Find peace inside your brain, inside your mind. Clear it out of any negative energy. Clear it out of any negative thoughts. And reprogram that brain. Remember, it is like a working machine. So if you use the same affirmations for 30 days in a row, watch your life change. If you create a mantra and you use it 30 days in a row, watch your life change. All right, remember, your relationship with yourself is the most important. Stay tuned for next week as I will see what I'm going to talk about next week. Enjoy your Thanksgiving. Thanks again for watching. Actually, Thanksgiving will probably be, this will be posted after Thanksgiving. So I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. Enjoy, and thanks again for watching. Make sure to subscribe, rate, and review this episode. I truly appreciate all of your guys's encouragement, and till next time, goodbye.